Thursday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and of course, Hudco Roofing and HudcoRoofing.com. Hope y'all are having an awesome morning. Hope you had a great Cinco de Mayo. Hope you didn't party too hard. Or maybe you did. But even if you did, hope you're not wearing the battle wounds today. And if you are wearing the battle wounds today, hope you're able to make it through with the help of coffee. So let's see what y'all got today. A few things there. Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. YouTube, please hit the like button and subscribe if you've not done so yet. Thank you so much. LSU at Auburn in baseball, and TJ Finley entering the transfer portal. So not completely unexpected. Late last week was told that it was looking like Finley was going to enter the transfer portal. I don't think it was something he was super eager to do. My understanding is he was leaning more towards staying. His family was kind of pushing him to explore options. That's apparently family went out. And I did mention this last night on Nightcap. I don't want to mention it again because it's pretty public. But TJ Finley is dating Amora Graves, who's, if you remember, Marshall Graves' sister, who plays just signed with the women's basketball team. Well, women's basketball has a new coach. So Kim Mulkey is not obligated to honor any of the scholarships that Nikki Fargas had awarded. So there's no guarantee that any of the that any of these players will be a part of the women's basketball team. So, maybe that might have factored in as well. So anyway, if you're just watching from strictly an on-field standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. Max Johnson finished the season as the starter, won those 2 games, took the first reps in spring. Miles Brennan coming back off of injury. I'll never, ever, ever say it's a good thing to lose a quarterback. Look at what happened this past year. Miles gets hurt. You play TJ. Thank God you had 3. Yeah, thank God. Because you used them all. Look at Ohio State the year they won the championship. It's a little bit of an outlier, but Cardale was their number 3 and wound up winning the championship. I'll never say you have too many quarterbacks. So you lose a little depth there, obviously. Wish TJ Finley well wherever might be next for him, but that obviously thins the room and kind of lays it out there. It's Miles against Max. Miles Brennan is the veteran. Miles Brennan started 3 career games. Max Johnson started 2. So it ain't like Miles Brennan has a ton more experience. He's just been around longer. So see if Miles can win the job, or if they bet on the upside with Max in the future. So there's that, and then of course LSU Auburn baseball today on the Plains. So let me know your thoughts on that. We'll do a little preview. I'll get into some of this also on Locked on LSU, which will be published a little later this morning. Excuse me. Let's say some good mornings here. Trivia Carter, good morning. EW IV, what's up? Hope TJ lands at another big program. I don't want to see him play for ULL. I don't know where he's going or what he's thinking. Of course, he's from Ponchatoula, so the Hammond area. Does he go FCS level? Does he go look at Southeastern? I don't know. I really don't know what might be next. I'd say Tulane, but of course Willie Fritz there runs more of an option style attack, so that doesn't really seem like that would make a lot of sense for him. That's where Justin McMillan went, obviously, when he left LSU. So plenty of good in-state options if he wants to step down a level. Trivia, that's poop. If he wants to stay, he should stay. I'm with you, Trivia. I really wish look, the reality is, man, and listen, I'm fortunate that I grew up with with parents who, and I'm not, and by the way, I want to be very clear before I say this. Like, I don't know TJ Finley's parents. I don't know the rest of his family. I'm not telling you something that I can tell you from firsthand accounts that I've witnessed or anything like that. But it's pretty clear to me that like it wasn't a thing where it's like TJ, just do whatever you want, we'll support you. And for me, that's the environment that I grew up in. My parents were the most supportive people in the world. Like whatever we wanted to do, whatever our hopes, dreams, goals, aspirations, ambitions, they were going to do whatever they could to help make it happen for us, or to give us the best opportunity to be in a position to make it happen. So, and I mean, that's the type of parent I want to be. And I'm not saying that there's a good, bad, right, wrong, just different. So anyway. Let's see. Andrew Brister, good morning. Kurt Saylor, Stephen Miller, Charlie Cavell, Pat Huseman. Hey, Dad, good morning. Speaking of my dad. Gregory Brooks, morning, dude, from Kentwood over there in Tangipahoa. What's up, Gregory Brooks? Thanks for watching, man. The home of Britney Spears and the Kangaroos. Stephen Miller, game day. It is game day, man. Kelly Presley, good morning. I'm excited about this LSU Auburn series. By the way, I've mentioned this before. I'll say it again. I love Thursday night baseball. I wish that the SEC would move every series to Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That way we'd have 2 primetime options Thursday and Friday. I think it would also give you more leeway on the weekend should you have postponements, etc. The reason, obviously, why they're hesitant to do that is because while they're in season, it's tougher. Asking the players to miss a Wednesday travel day and then Thursday and Friday. You're missing 3 days a week during the season, and that's tough from a school standpoint. Hang on one second, y'all. Hey, bud. All done. Okay. Good job. Good job. Good job. Let's see. Hey, how you doing, buddy? You lay down next to Daddy? Okay. Good job. Good job, bud. Good job. Okay. All done. Good job. All done. Good job. All done. Okay. All right. Shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Locations all over the greater Baton Rouge area. Of course, their primary location inside of the Surgical Specialty Center. They're tagged in the Facebook post if you would like the Brock page. That is a huge help. And of course, Hudco Roofing, especially on Ascension Parish, man. Geismar, Dutchtown, Prairieville, Gonzales got hammered with hail. That hailstorm a couple weeks ago, and insurance adjusters are approving claims in that area. So if you have a home or know someone who has a home in that area, those areas I just mentioned, please let us at HUDCO come do a free roof inspection. See if we can get you a new roof. LSU Auburn. Auburn is 5-16 in the SEC. LSU's 2 games better. Auburn's only won 1 series all year. It was last weekend against Georgia. They do not pitch it very well. Jack Owen's going to throw tonight. He's a senior lefty. They have been really inconsistent. Finding a rotation, finding guys in roles. But by comparison, the kid who's going to throw tonight for Auburn has thrown half as many innings as Landon Marceau, and is not a strikeout guy. But he is a lefty, and the lefties have given LSU trouble. So, but they did beat Doug Nikhazy a couple of weeks ago. So we'll see. And then the kid that Auburn's going to throw on Friday, game 2, is Trace Bright. He's a sophomore righty. His ERA is north of 7. LSU has a distinct pitching advantage, games 1 and 2. But Auburn can hit, man. That's the thing that they can absolutely do. They are 3rd in the SEC in team batting average at .286, and they actually are ahead of LSU now. I'm sorry, they're 3rd. They're just behind LSU in home runs. LSU has 65, Auburn has 62. So This team can hit. They're never really out of it because they can hit, but they just can't pitch it a lick. So if LSU can get good starts out of Marceau and Labus, they should be fine to win this series. Okay. Kirk Taylor, one of you spent all night reading about Bitcoin on my second cup. Was wondering if you spent all night reading about Bitcoin on my second cup of coffee. On my second cup of coffee. So, Kirk, a lot of people were really interested after last night a nightcap with Scone. Calories. You can't lose any calories. Allergy stuff. That's just allergy stuff. Okay. Yeah. Last night at Nightcap with Scone, we got talking about crypto. So I haven't talked about this much here, but over the last 6 months or so, I've gone deep down the crypto rabbit hole. I literally spend a couple of hours a day researching, learning, studying markets, different projects, coins that are available, not just Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything. So I've learned a ton about it, man. It's an amazing opportunity. So anyway, we were talking a little bit about that last night. That's what Kirk is alluding to. And I'm not gonna listen. I said it last night. I'm no financial advisor. All I am telling you is, as a public service announcement to you because I love you, do your research, because cryptocurrency right now is like buying land in Manhattan in 1820. And only 1% of the world's population are currently in cryptocurrency. So people think like they missed it, as Bitcoin's get more popular, and there's all this FOMOing and everything. It's like, that's fear of missing out, by the way, if you don't know FOMO. But it's brand new. You just look at this, look at all the people who are, multiply that by the world's population. So get educated. Set your family up for life. Jonathan Martin, good morning. Dylan Landry, good morning. Where do we think Finley ends up? No idea, Dylan. I'll reach out to him, see if I can get in touch with him, but see if I get an answer to that. But I don't know. I don't know where he's going to go. Jason Truax, what's up? Kelly Gross, good morning. Buddy Legnon, Stephen Miller. Paul's going to stick with the lukewarm hot hand at second base or back with Arnold. So, Stephen, I don't know if you heard this earlier in the week, man, but I actually went and crunched the numbers. In SEC play, Drew Bianco is hitting 120 points higher than Zach Arnold. Arnold's around 166. And Bianco's in the 280 range in SEC play. And Bianco's got a 5-game hitting streak in conference play. He had a hit in each of the Ole Miss games and the 2 Arkansas games he played in. So I am actually going to say something that I never thought I'd say. I'm okay playing Bianco at second base. The numbers are what they are. Arnold hasn't hit. He has not hit SEC pitching. And Bianco has. Now, the strikeouts with Bianco worry me, but he's actually managed to get hits in conference play. So I am expecting Bianco will play tonight, and I'm okay with it. Can't believe I said that. You see, I am an open-minded guy. I can be proven wrong. Chewy Gutierrez, good morning. Kirk, Auburn started what to expect. Just went through that a little bit. Jake Owen, who's going to get the ball tonight, is a senior lefty, 5.64 ERA, only 28 strikeouts in 30 innings pitched. So you're not talking about a big power arm. He doesn't walk many people, but Tigers just be disciplined, man, and they can. Auburn's pitch. Let me see. I'll tell you. Auburn's pitching staff is they're 13th in the SEC in ERA. Also 13th in strikeouts per 9 innings. So their pitching staff stinks. They can hit the ball, they can't pitch it a lick. And LSU has two really good starters in Marceau and Labus, but Auburn can hit the ball. So let's see. Richard Bruce, what happens with TJ's scholarship now? Does LSU get to replace him next year since he won't be enrolled? So that scholarship is open, Richard, but you can't fill it it doesn't mean you get an extra on the initial 25, right? It just means you have an open scholarship. So you want to give a scholarship to a walk-on, you can do that. If you get a traditional transfer player, that scholarship is open as opposed to like signing a grad transfer that counts toward those 20, the initial 25. For example, when Thad Moss transferred in, he takes up a scholarship, but didn't count against the initial 25, if that makes sense. Let's see, morning, Matt. Do you think if Max wins a starting job, Miles will transfer and put LSU in a bad position with depth? Henry, the thing with Brennan is he's always been pretty adamant that, he's sticking around. And it's another guy who is in a really serious relationship too, and that matters to some guys. And Flatley, that's what kept Jarrett Lee here for a long time. I think he'd tell you that candidly. So, I don't know, man. I would hate that if he did leave, because then you basically have Johnson and Nussmeier. That's it. Now you're in a bind. Daniel Gugliardo. Southeastern would be a good option. He'll basically be back home. Stephen Miller. That's exactly how life and parents should be, Matt, right? Unfortunately, it's not the case for everybody, man. Pat Huseman. Does Finley transfer open another spot for a recruit? Right. I just answered that one. Stephen Miller makes my work week so much shorter when we have Thursday night SC baseball, right? And maybe it's also, Stephen, maybe it's also from the radio side of me. I love Thursday being able to preview a game, Friday being able to recap and preview. You know what I mean? So I guess there's that part of me too that's looking at it selfishly from a content standpoint. But I love coming home on a Thursday night and having LSU baseball and then having it on Friday night again. No, traditionally it's always been Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but dude, for years the NFL draft was always Saturday, Sunday, and then they made it a primetime event on Thursday, and then a primetime event on Friday, and then they finished it up on Saturday, and it's just better. Let's hop back over to YouTube here. Let's see, 16 watching, 10 likes. Let's get those likes up over there on YouTube. Thank you. Brady Smith, morning, Matt. Went to a Cinco de Mayo festival at Los Jefes in Metairie. It was a great sight to see. Awesome, dude. Glad, man. People celebrating, getting out and having a good time. I went to the post office yesterday. Was not wearing a mask. And some lady walked out from behind the desk and was like, "Don't help him. Do not help him. He's not wearing a mask. You have to wear a mask in a federal building." I was like, so COVID only exists in federal buildings now? I don't have to wear a mask anywhere else. But if I'm at the post office, I have to wear a mask because COVID only exists in a federal building? Bro, there's times where I wish I didn't worry about if people would recognize me because I would act a total ass sometimes in public. Anyway. Trivia. With TJ gone, Max is the clear-cut favorite to win the starter job. I wouldn't be so sure, man. If you made me bet today, I would still bet Miles Brennan starts the opener. Tad Page, good morning. LSU baseball wins the series, fingers crossed. I think they do win the series. Auburn at this point, you are what you are, man. They're a 5-win team. They've won one series all year. Yes, it was last weekend, but they can't pitch at a lick. At least LSU's got two frontline starters, and they've started hitting the baseball. So you're playing in a matchbox ballpark this weekend where the ball flies, and that benefits both teams. So I think LSU should go out there and pound out hits and runs, and it may be a higher scoring series. But if you get good starts from Marceau and Labus, you should win this series. Trivia, my wife is upset with you because you praised Bianco hitting and forgot his horrible base running. Hey, Trivia. Bianco, this past weekend, Dylan Cruz, DiGiacomo, They've all been awful at base running. I mean, that's some elementary stuff, but come on, like this is something that is on both the players and the coaches. Like the Bianco screw up, getting doubled up at first a couple weeks ago, that's unforgivable. That's totally on him. But I mean, but the bottom line is defensively, Arnold, Bianco, Arnold, whatever. Offensively, Bianco's hit more in SEC play than Arnold. Okay. Cliff Nelson, Scone After Dark tonight. Definitely planning on it, Cliff. I'm going to be watching the game. Got nothing going on. I will happily fire up a companion show. So, yeah, man, let's do it. Tonight's game is at 6:30, so that should allow me to get home, eat some dinner. Normally Drew and I run to the store after I get home. It's his outing of the night. So I might watch the first inning or so on my phone and then maybe crank it up around 7 or so. We'll see. Charlie Cavell, do you think Finley's best option is to go to Memphis or UAB? Honestly, Charlie, I don't know what their quarterback situations are like. Because you have immediate eligibility now, my guess is Finley would look for someone where he could go play immediately. But I can't tell you, man. I just honestly don't know enough about Memphis's quarterback situation or UAB's to tell you. So I mean, as a fit, going down to the group of 5 level and play, yeah, sure. But man, he's a big enough talent where I think he could play major college football. Just where does he go? Craig Dugas, question 1: do Thursday games count as a midweek game? No, it's conference game. Number 2, do midweek games matter? Still no. By the way, Kendall Rogers yesterday basically smacked around the midweek game conversation, which was fun. All right, Cliff, we'll see you, man. See you tonight. John Hilburn back in the house from Birmingham. All right, John, glad to have you there. Thanks for watching. Ryan Dixon, got a couple bottles of bourbon, about to hit the transfer portal. I thought it was best as their parent to make the decision on their behalf. Pat Huseman, all games matter. No, they don't, because LSU is undefeated midweek games, and they are not projected to make a regional right now. The only thing that'll get them there is more SEC wins, even with an RPI at 24. So, no, they don't matter. A lick, not at all, not one iota. You could go winless in midweek games, but if you go 20-10 in conference, you are a national seed, period. Irfan Sayyad, Gamorgan, Matt and Drew. Been a minute, but I'm back. Glad to have you back, Irfan. Hope all is well. Bianco still can't run the bases. Fact. Bart St. Germain, good morning. I have 2 tickets for the game tomorrow night. Heading to Alabama tonight. We'll be at the game tomorrow night. There you go, Bart. Enjoy, man. Plainsman Park is new. It's kind of a newer ballpark in the league. They have, the green monster in left field, their replica of it anyway. Nice park, smaller, quaint, but a nice park. Enjoy. Craig Dugas, no spike in Doge overnight. I think it's reached its peak, is on the downswing with a crash coming soon, maybe 5 to 7 cent bump tomorrow. The dump is coming. Craig, the dump is definitely coming, bro. And I think it's going to happen. I told you this last night. I think it's going to happen on Friday. It's going to happen before Elon appears on SNL. But I will also tell you that I think it goes to $1. I don't think that it's I think it will spike again. It will pump and then dump. But I do think it goes to $1. Just my opinion. Do you think Hilliard will be the game 3 starter again? If they don't use him the first 2 games, then yes. But if they have an opportunity to win the first 2 games and need him, you have to throw him out there. So, right? I mean, think of it this way, Jonathan. If you're LSU, you're 7-14 right now. You've got to win every game you can. Let's say Marceau goes out there, gives you a good start, in game one and you finish it with Fondo tonight. Just hypothetically, okay? Great. You win the game. Tomorrow, Labus gets you 6, and then you go Edwards, who gets you a couple of innings and then runs out of gas. Who do you go to? If you feel like Hilliard is your best arm to get you those final 3 outs or 6 outs, whatever you need, you run him out there because you got to win the game, regardless of what you may try to do on Saturday in Game 3. I mean, it really is going to be situational. Over under on bunts this weekend. Kirk, as long as they're bunting to score runs and get on base, I'm good with it. If they're sacrificing just to move a guy from first to second, that ain't smart because you're going to need more than single digits against a Sovereign team because they can hit the baseball. Richard Bruce think Musk is going to pump it one more time this weekend with his appearance on SNL. After that ride, then dump. Just my 2 cents. But Richard, timing that dump is tough, and I'm telling you, man, that's what everybody's thing is planning to do. I think the dump comes on Friday. Danny Mumfree, the masked Nazi is something. What's wrong with that lady? People trying to feel empowered. TJ Finley. Oh, he's on with Jordy. Okay, good. Good. I'll reach out to him, see if I can get him on the show. That'd be great. Let's see. Midweek games don't matter a lick. Bingo. YouTube comments. Trivia is over here because YouTube comments don't get much love. I need to ask a question here. Matt, do you use Coinbase app to buy crypto? I bounce back and forth. I didn't see your question. I was reading your question. I don't see that question over here, Trivia. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Missed it. Sorry, Trivia. Yes, but Coinbase. Okay, so Coinbase, I would recommend using Coinbase Pro. You can avoid some of the fees. And Coinbase doesn't have every token available on it. So sometimes you have to use decentralized exchanges like you could use crypto.com. You could use BitSwap, which is a good exchange. There's others like Gate.io and CoinGecko, but I find those, honestly, hard to use. I mean, one barrier to entry for a lot of people is it's hard to figure out. I mean, it is cumbersome. I mean, to buy tokens, if you want to do more than like on Coinbase, would they limit you with your with a purchase on a card? Like if you want to link a bank account, I mean, I had to get cash, go to the bank, have the bank wire money into my Coinbase Pro account, then go buy Bitcoin on Coinbase Pro, transfer the Bitcoin into my wallet, connect my wallet to BitSwap, and then swap tokens to buy Eternity Chain. You know what I mean? Like it's cumbersome. That's what I'm saying. Like, and a lot of the projects are working to make that process easier, to unify a lot of the think of it like all these different coins, all these altcoins are a different like solar system, right? Within the galaxy. And some of these projects, their objective is to try to unify all of these exchanges. So like Polkadot, if you hear people talk about Polkadot, that's a coin you could buy. Polkadot, the project, the objective that they're doing is they're trying to unify all of these different coins and exchanges to have in one place. So if DOT works, that's one that could be exponentially massive. It's like $40 a token right now. You buy it for $40. Well, if DOT hits and becomes Ethereum, becomes a $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 coin that you bought at $40, at your point of entry, well, boom, you go 100x, 1,000x. That's basically what people did with Bitcoin 10 years ago. And now there's others. So it's basically just trying to identify which ones, I'm losing people on this, I know, which ones have those opportunities. Bye, Kirk, going back to YouTube. Dax Jeter's Finley the only quarterback that will transfer. Someone asked that earlier. If Brennan loses the job, does he leave too? I don't think so, because I think both guys are going to play this year. Quite honestly, like if you made me, I think they will both play this year. All right, I think we're just about done, guys and gals and ladies. 15 watching over here, 15 likes. Appreciate that. Brown Bear 765. Morning, Matt. Been in the military for 10 years. It's obviously hard to make a Saints or LSU game. Looks like we're going to try to make the 3-hour trip to D.C. to see the Saints in the Washington game. That's awesome, man. Very cool. Thank you for your service as well. Got a lot of military guys, like Trivia's a Marine, Cliff Nelson's a Marine, Kirk over here on Facebook is an Army guy. So got y'all out here, man. Appreciate everybody, certainly. Tell Kirk he can always come back to you, too. Y'all crazy. What Mike D's story really tell today? I don't know, man. I'm excited to talk to Mike, though. But draft stuff today and all that good stuff. So, all right, I think we're just about done. I'm going to go get Drew dressed, get him up and rolling. We'll get Locked on LSU published up here around 10 a.m. AFR at 3. Y'all know the drill, man. As always, if you're on YouTube or Facebook over here, please like the page, like the Hudco page and the Brock page. If you need an orthopedist, Brock is the best. Need a roof? Hudco. Help us spread the good word, y'all. You know anybody, if you're walking around your neighborhood, look up, see someone's got an ugly roof, be like, hey, man, your roof's kind of ugly. Just call Hudco. Spurge, what's up? Jerry Spurgeon, we're just about to bounce here, Spurge. And Spurge, thank you yesterday for the text, man, and the offer, the generosity, and everything, man. Very, 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 very cool. We're humbled. Let's see. All right, y'all, I think we're just about done. Spurge, you jumped in right here at the end, man. Sorry. All right, I think we're just about done. Okay, guys, we'll see y'all. Have an awesome day. Spread the gospel of Hudco. I love it. All right, y'all have an awesome day. And check out, we'll do a companion show tonight. I'm game. Companion show tonight for LSU Auburn Game 1. Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then. Peace.